I just want to give you a little bit of an example of how genes can increase our risk, but it depends on the situation that they're in, right? The environment that they're in, and what we feed them and what we give them to work with. So vitamin A is a really common nutrient that we need because it is anti-inflammatory. It helps our eyes, our skin, our brain really specifically, and our immune system. So when we eat food, we are eating one of two types of vitamin A, all right? We're either eating the inactive form, which is called beta carotene, which is found in plants, or we're eating the active form, which is retinol or retinol, which is found in animal foods, okay? So the body converts the inactive into the active inside our cells, right? Which is why animal foods have the active form, because those animals have already done the converting for us. So if we eat animal products, these contain the active vitamin A. So that can be absorbed and used right away. No conversion is needed, right? But if we eat vegetables and get the inactive form, that beta carotene, we need to convert that before our body can use any of it. And an enzyme is needed to do that conversion. So we've got the inactive being converted into the active form, and we need an enzyme to do this. Now, remember that our genes instruct our body to do various things, maybe make proteins, or another one is to make certain enzymes, and how much of a particular enzyme to make. So in this example, it is the BCO1 gene, which instructs the body to make this specific enzyme that converts the inactive vitamin A to the active, all right? So you can have two different versions of this gene, one that makes plenty of the enzyme and one that makes less, almost 50% less of that enzyme. So what does this all mean? Well, imagine you've got two people, one with each of these different variations. So this person on the left has gene variation 1, right? The one that produces lots of the enzyme. And the person on the right has gene variation 2, the one that produces not very much of that enzyme at all. Let's give both of these people a diet only plant-based, all right? So they're only eating carrots and sweet potatoes, very restricted. Person number 1 is going to produce plenty of enzyme to convert all of that inactive beta carotene from the vegetables into the active vitamin A. So the body is going to end up with plenty of vitamin A to use. They're going to be absolutely fine, right? They're going to be happy. Their brain has access to plenty of that active vitamin A. This guy on the other side, remember, is not going to produce much enzyme. They're producing half the amount of enzyme as other people. So what that means is that conversion from inactive to active is going to be much less as well, because an enzyme can only do so much work at a time. So they're going to end up with much less active vitamin A from that same food. What that means is that brain is potentially going to be deficient of vitamin A, right? It's going to be deficient. It's going to be lacking enough vitamin A. And therefore, that brain is at risk now because it doesn't have the nutrients that it needs to function well. However, if we were to, in this person number 2, if we were to add animal foods and they were going to be getting plenty of active vitamin A from those animal foods, or if we were going to supplement this person with active vitamin A, then we would have a different story, okay? We would end up with plenty of active vitamin A in this person's body, and therefore plenty of active vitamin A available for the brain and the eyes and the immune system, and that risk of deficiency is gone, okay? And this person becomes like this guy over here, and they are totally fine too, All right. So it's not that one person is doomed to be deficient. It's just that they require different amounts and different types of foods to get the same result as somebody else. So this is how we can tailor our diet and our lifestyle to match those genes, all right, and to give us what we need dependent on our genes.